Right Between the Ears, a radio theater group has been performing at Lawrence's Liberty Hall since the 1980s. Recently, they moved across the state line, and we caught up with them at their new headquarters in Crown Center.
All right, everybody, let's get started now. First names only, please. Yes, over here, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Steve.
Hi, Steve.
And I'm a conservative Republican.
Right Between the Ears got started actually as a different show called the Imagination Workshop in the mid-1980s, and we were doing radio drama. We were doing serious, long-form radio plays, and we began to add in little comedy elements at one point, and the live audiences responded much more positively to that than the long, ponderous, depressing radio plays we were doing. So we began to add more of that, and by 1990, within a couple of years, the comedy had just taken over the show.
You dopes, you shot up the orchestra again.
That's okay, they were probably terrorists in disguise anyway.
Yeah, but now we got no closing theme.
Yeah, well, how are we gonna get out of this week's episode?
About 5 years ago, we changed the title from the Imagination Workshop to Right Between the Ears.
And then he careens into a semi, and it just takes his head right off. Oops.
When I joined, I saw an ad in the paper. As usual, I auditioned just horribly. I mean, horrendously bad audition. But I gave him a tape that had some of the voices I can do on it, and he called me back and said, "Your audition, what happened?" And then he said, "But I liked your tape." So I ended up getting in the show.
You came on years after Rick, because Rick he now claims to be the senior cast member.
He is, yeah, and it's his fault that I'm in the show. It was 1990 that I joined the cast. Just before that, I had been doing the creature feature on Channel 41 and had been, flouncing around in a corset and a long black wig for, 8 or 9 years. And after Crematia was gone, I missed the opportunity to do goofy voices and, create funny characters. And the opportunity to join the cast came along, and it's the most joyful thing I've ever done.
Comedy needs to be done in front of a live audience. You need to hear that laughter. People, at least I think, are more prone to laugh when they're part of a community of laughers who are all getting the same joke and all laughing together.
Hello, I am Arnold Schwarzenegger, Governor of California.
Hello, I'm Rudy Giuliani. What are you talking about, Hillary? I'm just ordering a pizza.
You're ordering a pizza on the hotline? Give me that.
No, I got this.
Are there voices you used to get to do that you don't get to do now because you've been supplanted, or those just gotten forgotten?
Well, people die. Everybody I impersonate either dies or gets a horrendous disease. So that's a problem. I imitated Reagan for a long time.
People, well, there's two ways to go on this thing. You can either sink or drown.
And of course, radio theater is such a popular thing that everybody around the country is, oh well, hold on here.
Wait, it's a lost art form.
Any thoughts about that lost art form that you seem to have found?
We just love doing it. I mean, it's totally a labor of love. There's no logic to it. There's no sense to it. You know what I'm talking about. You have stuff that you do that doesn't pay well, but you keep doing it anyway, and this is one of those things.
You go home at the end of a rehearsal and you look at your script and you go, I got a college degree in communications, and I'm writing "Hold for the Phlegm" on my on my script. How good is that,
It's really a tremendous group of people to work with, because you would think in a situation like this, there would be egos and there would be pressure and tension, and it's all true. It's just horrible most of the time, but they're such a great group to work with because they root for each other, they laugh at each other, they're wonderful to work with.
Hello? Hello, this is Hillary Clinton. Hello? Damn it, they hung up. Bill, who was that? What did they say?
Oh, just something about live from the off-center theater. It's Right Between the Ears.
Yes, Kansas Cityans who've been trekking to Lawrence to see the troupe are in for a treat. With the exception of a few shows they'll still do in Liberty Hall, the new home base is Crown Center and the brand new Off-Center Theater, an intimate, smartly configured performance space where the cinemas used to be located.
The movie theaters were opened in '84, and they had gotten to the point we were going to have to do a major renovation. With the downtown development occurring and the new theaters opening up down there, we thought cinemas are not probably the route we want to go. And we certainly looked around, and we've got the Coterie here, American Heartland Theater here, and thought, let's capitalize on that. Let's expand the art aspect of Crown Center a little bit more. Both Coterie and American Heartland Theater produce their own shows. This is a rental facility. And at that point, I didn't want 20 or 30 groups in here fighting over dates. So really went out and thought, I want to find a wide variety. I want to find a nice selection, people who do quality shows, and limit it to about a half dozen groups. That's what we have in there now, is a half dozen groups that will be performing in this space this year. And when you look at groups like Right Between the Ears, the cutting satire that they do, I absolutely love what they will bring into this theater.
Of course, I have never gone with the prostitutes because, well, because I am Antonio Banderas. But I am curious about something, Ashley, also known as Christine.
Okay.
Don't you think I would be a good prostitute?
You?
Come and see it. Come and see it in person, and then listen to it on the radio. It's a different experience to see it in person and to listen to it on the radio, but both cool experiences.
You can find Right Between the Ears on Saturday nights on Sirius Satellite Radio. And